Welcome to Lesson 6 for Crosses, People Before Ideas. Here at 12 Shapes, we use the term EOE for someone who's an expert on everything. The truth is that some shapes in an unbalanced state have a tendency to be know-it-alls. We want you to understand where this comes from, why you have the tendency to do it, how to notice and catch yourself, and mostly, how to stop. Do you remember in the other lessons we taught you how all bad behaviour comes from fear, and we only behave badly when we're in an unbalanced state? Most of our know-it-all behaviour comes from the fear of failure, because you have some deep subconscious fears that you aren't good enough. You might also compensate for these fears by trying to earn a sense of value through everything you know. People who are afraid they aren't good enough, they can talk too much, even dominate conversations. They can one-up every story someone tells. They can show off their knowledge and expertise by giving unsolicited advice. You usually mean well when you do this. We know you're only trying to help, but unsolicited advice, it's insulting and will negatively affect your relationships. These tendencies can push people away from you. No one likes to be around a know-it-all who's only interested in hearing their opinions. You have a subconscious tendency to do this, and it's something you have to watch for. Every time you have an urge to say something, pause and think. Ask yourself, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it important? Is it necessary? And is it kind? We think the most important one of those is it necessary? Most of the things we say aren't. Could your life and their life go on and remain fulfilled if this was never said? Ask yourself why you want to vocalize this suggestion. Comment on this story. Is it about another person and what they need, or is it all about you feeling good about yourself? If you feel it's something important and necessary that would really benefit someone else's life, handle it with respect by asking permission to share it first. We are big fans of the permission question. This could sound like this. Would you be open to a suggestion on this? Or would you rather I let you handle it on your own? Would you be willing to let me share a story about this? Would you be open to letting me throw in my opinions on this? Asking questions like these before you give advice, make suggestions or tell stories shows the other person that you honour and respect them. And it must be a real question, not a rhetorical one. This means you'll honour and respect their answer. If they say no, they'd rather not hear what you have to say, you have to honour that. Say, I respect that, no problem. What you really want is relationships that are mutually respectful, trusting and rich. In order to have good relationships like this, people need to know every conversation isn't about you. If listening more than your talk is difficult for you, keep working on lesson 2 where we explained how to beat your fear of failure. The more you see all human beings as having the same value, the more secure you'll feel about yourself, and the less you'll need to talk to get validation. The person you really want to be is one that makes other people feel important and valued. But you can only do this when you're secure in your own value and you need nothing from them. Start paying extra attention every day and in every interaction to how much you talk and how much you ask questions and listen. Set a goal to do more listening in every conversation. Practice thinking of a story you want to tell and not telling it. Sit in that experience and recognize, hey, I don't really need to. Every time some advice or suggestions come into your mind, choose to keep them to yourself. Or even better, trade them for a compliment or validation for the other person instead. Instead of pointing out what they did wrong or how to improve it, find some good in what they did and praise it. Notice how much better you feel when you didn't need to be the EOE. You can do this.